Hey there, YouTube family. This is Josh with Stocks with Josh. And today we're going to talk about the markets in turmoil. Is there an opportunity for you to rebalance your portfolio? And we're going to do an update on the small account challenge. Go ahead, check in the comments section and hit that like for me. So let's talk about the markets, right? The VIX is above 30, which means that it is volatile, okay? And it's going to continue to stay that way until Wednesday and we get the CPI numbers. But right now, that's really causing a lot of panic because everything that people own is can be taking a hit. But let's talk a little bit about, what to expect with these markets. People are asking, hey, are we in the recession? Are we going to go straight into the recession? I didn't prepare for going into the recession. Fear is abounding. CNBC's came out with their markets in turmoil segment, and every single time that's come out, in the next 12 months, the markets hit a high. And so it isn't, it's a circumstantial indicator, but it's been extremely accurate. But I want to take a step back and just remind everybody a little bit about how these markets move. I've talked about it with you guys before. The markets aren't going to zero. The US markets are still a safe haven of investment for the entire world. There is a lot of money that's been made in this liquidity environment that we've all enjoyed. Millions and billions of dollars are sitting on the sidelines. A lot of that money's already come out of the market. And I want to explain to you that a lot of people who've taken their positions, the hedge funds who are shorting this current market, I just want to remind you of what happens. So they have to close their position and realize their profits. They've got to buy the assets that they've shorted. And so the very minute that the very first beginning of profit taking occurs, that creates the ripple effect, and everybody wants to get in as quickly as possible. And that's why these things just go down and they just start ripping back up to the top. In addition to that, all the hedge funds, investment brokers, and money managers in the world, they don't make money and make their bonuses by babysitting cash in vaults. They make money by assuming risk. Right now, they don't want to lose their clients' money, but they're not going to make their bonuses unless they get that money to work. And it's competitive, right? So I just want to remind you that then you have all the folks who have invested in oil and gold and energy sectors and commodities like oil. Those folks have to take profits because they have to ask themselves, are these still driving higher, or is this the perfect time to sell? Once they take those profits, it's even more cash that, it's around that time that they're taking profits that the market has reset. The RSI is oversold. That at that point, the market looks attractive. And so when the shorters begin to close their positions, the investors begin to pile up and they don't want to be the last to it. So that's why these markets rip. And we want to be mindful of that. So if we find a bottom here and the markets rip, and all of us or all of you have been afraid to look at your account, and I hear that all the time, I'm not even looking at my account. It's a bloodbath, or it's, I'm just going to avoid it for a while. And that's the worst possible thing you can do. Because as I was telling you in the Sunday video, there needed to have been a plan, a risk range defined, and a buying incrementally as we go down. But even if you didn't have that in place, one, hit that subscribe if you want to learn from me week to week how to establish those risk ranges. But what we want to do now is we want to not walk away from our portfolios. I want you to pick a single stock that you think is most likely going to turn around for you, because the market is going to turn around. And at this moment, today is the time that you want to be adding funds to that position. I'm not suggesting that you go all in. I'm not suggesting you buy more of all the assets you own. I'm suggesting that you focus on attempting to rebalance your portfolio by adding funds to the stock that you think is most likely going to turn around for you, so that when we do get that rip, that you have the ability to close that position and free up some cash. Now, you're not going to immediately put that cash back to work. We're going to trade ranges. Guys, we're going to be having these rips, which the market makers have been selling, and we're going to have these dips, right, which we want to find the ideal time to be investing in. Don't try to time that. The market's down. I would be incrementally putting money in each day on the one that you choose. So the other thing that happens is that when the markets are popping, everybody begins to feel like everything's going to be okay. Maybe we're going to return back to all-time highs. Josh said that, after markets in turmoils aired, that, the markets were going to hit a new high. But listen, until the volatility in the indexes comes down, we're going to still be in this tumultuous environment. And so we've got to play it correctly. But okay, so where does that lead us into our small account challenge with Verb? So Verb, we were patient, we were picky, and our orders filled, which is great. And so what you guys need to be looking at doing right now is making sure that you have your trailing stop in, right? We're setting that at 0.35, and your market if touched, right? We're setting that. That's the one that's going to take profit. Our market if touched at 0.98. I'm going to go ahead and ask everybody to, if they can, put another $50 into their account. We're going to create another limit order at 0.48. We are going to try to take advantage of where the price is at, and we're going to be looking to where it's going to go. So a couple things about Verb that I find interesting. BitNile took a 5+% stake in the company. The CEO said they believed that Verb was positioned to be an industry disruptor. We knew that. And but what it tells me is that this is becoming an attractive investment, not just for the retail investor, but it's becoming an attractive investor. The price is beat down to an extreme low, and companies are going to be putting, any company that takes, even a small share is going to cause those pops and those rips in the price. It's going to cause it to pop to $1 or $2, where we will be making profit, right? In addition to that, Verb has its earnings coming out May 18th. Now, traditionally, the stock has not done well after earnings. It's typically sold off. I want to remind you that Verb is a tech growth company that is yet to provide profits. And so that's why those stocks are getting beat down, and we can continue to expect that in this environment, it's going to be volatile. But we have a plan. We're going to average in, at 60, 50, and even perhaps 40, right? And we have our targets in place, and we have our safeties in place. So we're going to work our plan moving forward. Hey, it's not too late. The price is actually attractive right now. Go ahead and hit the link in the description of this video for Moomoo. Download it, put $100 in, and put your limit orders in. At the end of the video, I'm going to leave a link to the video that explains how to process your orders, how to actually enter them. I do a screen share, and I'm also going to put a link to the small account challenge. I think the plan is going as planned, and we're keeping cool heads. And that's what this is all about, is to just illustrate how to have a plan, work a plan, and we're going to stick together with this until we reach our goal. So hey, thanks for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Have a great day.